would like to begin with expressing my deep gratitude to Lord Krishna for abundant blessings and to all the acharyas for imparting valuable knowledge in yoga and Garbhasanskar. Special appreciation to Nutan ma'am for her passionate creation of the comprehensive course of PPYG, and her conviction and in-depth teaching have enriched our understanding of every aspect. Heartfelt thanks to my husband and family for unwavering support and encouragement throughout my journey. So I would like to say a bit about myself. Like you all know, I'm from London, but what you might not be aware is that I was born and raised in Rajkot, a city in Gujarat. This is my younger self. I was very shy and introverted. And fast forward to today, I'm still the same. And like you can say, I was a crybaby. I'm still a crybaby now. I think I've cried as an adult more now than I used to cry as a child. And I think that's my prakriti, which can't be changed. I was teaching English as a spoken English and IELTS to, and these were all my students. I was taking part in various activities which were held in my cities, and I've won some competitions, I've lost some, and it's the essence of all of this which has made me who I am today. So let's embark on this presentation together and discuss the two vital parts of well-being, that is the female reproductive system and puberty yoga. So I used to think that being a woman, what is our superpower? What is that one thing we have which sets us apart from men? Is it our beauty, our education, our status, our wealth? And the true power isn't any of this, but it's the ability to sustain a life within us. As a woman, we have this incredible opportunity to sustain a life, not just physically, but mentally also, and not just after the child is born, but before as well. So this is a profound blessing and a unique gift bestowed upon us by God, and we are the medium for a soul's journey, and that is a privilege worth celebrating. So we should embrace ourselves, our identity, our uniqueness. And this quote by British novelist is funny and yet empowering, which says that I think women are foolish to pretend they are equal to men. They are far superior and always have been. Whatever you give a woman, she will make greater. If you give her sperm, she will give you a baby. If you give her a house, she will give you a home. If you give her groceries, she will give you a meal. If you give her smile, she will give you her heart. She multiplies and enlarges what is given to her. So if you give her any crap, be ready to receive a ton of shit. Now, on that note, let's unravel the complexities of the female reproductive system, because understanding our bodies is empowering. So in the female reproductive system, there are two ovaries, like you can see. Then we have two fimbriae, two fallopian tube, one uterus, one cervix, and one vagina. We'll start understanding by with ovaries. So ovaries are the paired organs responsible for producing eggs and hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Fimbriae, they are responsible for guiding the egg to the fallopian tube, and fallopian tube is where the fertilization takes place. So the role of the fallopian tube is to connect, it is connected to the ovaries and the uterus, and they serve as a pathways for the eggs to travel from the ovaries to the uterus, and they are the site for fertilization. And here, this part of the fallopian tube is where fertilization typically occurs. So, and it is called ampulla. Now, talking about uterus, I called it as a magical womb. So, uterus is a muscular organ where the fertilized egg and implants and develops into a fetus during pregnancy. It consists of three layers. So, the innermost layer is what we called as endometrium, middle layer we call it myometrium, and outer layer is perimetrium. So this inner endometrium is an inner lining of the uterus that thickens and shades during menstrual cycle. Now cervix and vagina are, I call it as a gatekeepers. Cervix is the lower part of the uterus that connects it to the vagina. It acts as a gateway for the sperm to enter and allows for the menstrual flow of the blood. Vagina, this part is the vagina, and it is the muscular tube connecting the cervix to the external genitalia. It serves as a birth canal to the childbirth and allows for the passage of menstrual blood to come out. And All these terms, 5 terms are important to remember for the female reproductive system, which you can easily remember with this sentence here. That is vagina, cervix, uterus, fallopian tube, and ovaries. Now we'll see this video. So as you can see, the ovum is coming out from the ovaries and it passes into the fallopian tube. Now it will stay here in the ampulla and wait for the sperm. So the sperms are coming out from the vagina through the cervix and they are going up into the fallopian tube where it will get fertilized. So this part again is called ampulla, and so the sperm is meeting the egg and the fertilization is happening. Now that fertilized egg, the embryo will come into the uterus for implantation and for further development. So when the egg does not meet the sperm, at that time, the egg will come into the fallopian tube. It will wait for the sperm to come for 12 to 24 hours. And when the sperm does not come, at that time, it will just come into the uterus and it will shed along with the endometrium as a menstrual blood through the cervix. And like you can see, the endometrium is shedding out and it will come through the cervix and vagina as a menstrual blood. Now, we'll understand the female external genitalia. The female external genitalia is also called vulva, and the terms of this female external genitalia we can easily remember with this sentence over here as well. So we'll start with the mons pubis. Mons pubis is a fatty area over the pubic bone covered in pubic hair. Clitoris is a small sensitive organ at the top of the vulva, and it is crucial for sex pleasure. This is the urethral opening. It is the opening through which the urine is expelled from the bladder. This is vagina. Vagina is the muscular tube connecting the external genitalia to the cervix. It serves multiple functions, including sexual intercourse and childbirth. Anus is the opening at the end of the digestive tract located below the vagina. And it is not the part of the reproductive system, but it is included for completeness. So labia majora and labia minora. Labia majora are the outer folds of the skin surrounding the vaginal opening, and they provide protection and contain sweat and oil glands. Labia minora are the inner folds of the skin surrounding the vagina, and they protect clitoris and urethral opening. Now let's transition to puberty yoga and discover how this practice supports and empowers individuals during the transformative phase of puberty. So these are the standing asanas. We can give for Kati Vakrasana for abdominal tonic, Tadasana for strengthening of legs and feet, Trikonasana for full body stretch, Virasana which improves posture and strengthening for thighs and knees. Now let's see the sitting and supine position asanas. Pavan Muktasana aids in digestion. Naukasana strengthens core muscles. Setubandha asana is good for opening chest and shoulders. Paschimottasana is very good for stretching of spine and hamstrings, and it also calms the mind. Parvatasana, it strengthens arms and shoulders and improves posture. Now let's see the prone position asanas, pranayam and meditation. Salbhasana is good for strengthening of lower back, tones, buttocks and legs. Makarasana is good for relieving back pain and it promotes relaxation as well. Lom Vilom is good for stress reduction. Tratak improves concentration and it also enhances mental focus. Brahmari Pranayam is very good and it should be followed by Tratak, and it helps in releasing stress, relieving stress and emotional balance. Savasana is good for relaxation and rejuvenation. So that's it for today, and thank you very much, everyone. I've just not learned a lot from this course, but also I've learned a lot from each one of you. So I'll start from the Nutan ma'am again. I've learned to be passionate from Nutan ma'am. Like it is her 38th batch, and she's teaching with so much passion to us and to other batches as well. So I feel very blessed that I'm her student and I've met her at the perfect time when I needed the most. I'm thankful to Maya ma'am and Manija ma'am for teaching us to teach and to teach us wonderful yoga. Dr. Sarita ma'am, I've learned to explain this anatomy and physiology. Vidalji, I have learned to be positive from her because even when she went through a lot of pain of breastfeeding, she was very positive about it and gave us the reassurance that everything would be fine. Yashika, I've learned to be curious student throughout the course. He was asking questions and accepting mistakes as well whenever needed. Kudos to Zai for her unwavering perseverance. Despite making a mistake, she promptly rectified it the very next day. Pankhuri, I've learned to be a dedicated student and showing up every day and learning nicely. Arunaji has proved that age is just a number and there is no age for learning things. So I've written a few names whom I can observe. So thank you very much everyone for everything.